A chronicle is a historical account of facts and events ranged in chronological order, as in a timeline. Typically, equal weight is given for historically important events and local events, the purpose being the recording of events that occurred, seen from the perspective of the chronicler. This is in contrast to a narrative or history, which sets selected events in a meaningful interpretive context and excludes those the author does not see as important. Where a chronicler obtained the information varies. Some chronicles are written from first-hand knowledge. Some are from witnesses or participants in events, still others are accounts passed mouth to mouth prior to being written down. Some made use of written materials, charters, letters, or the works of earlier chroniclers. Still others are tales of such unknown origins so as to hold mythical status. Copyists also affected chronicles in creative copying, making corrections or in updating or continuing a chronicle with information not available to the original author. The reliability of a particular chronicle is an important determination for modern historians. In modern times, various contemporary newspapers or other periodicals have adopted Chronicle as part of their name. Various fictional stories have also adopted Chronicle as part of their title, to give an impression of epic proportion to their stories. A chronicle which traces world history is called a universal chronicle. Scholars categorize the genre of chronicle into two subgroups: live chronicles and dead chronicles. A dead chronicle is one where the author gathers his list of events up to the time of his writing, but does not record further events as they occur. A live chronicle is where one or more authors add to a chronicle in a regular fashion, recording contemporary events shortly after they occur. Because of the immediacy of the information, historians tend to value live chronicles, such as annals, over dead ones. The term often refers to a book written by a chronicler in the Middle Ages describing historical events in a country, or the lives of a nobleman or a clergyman, although it is also applied to a record of public events. Chronicles are the predecessors of modern timelines, rather than analytical histories. They represent accounts, in prose or verse, of local or distant events over a considerable period of time. Both the lifetime of the individual chronicler and often those of several subsequent continuators. If the chronicles deal with events year by year, they are often called annals. Unlike the modern historian, most chroniclers tended to take their information as they found it, and made little attempt to separate fact from legend. The point of view of most chroniclers is highly localized, to the extent that many anonymous chroniclers can be cited in individual abbeys. The most important English chronicles are the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, started under the patronage of King Alfred in the 9th century and continued until the 12th century, and the Chronicles of England, Scotland and Ireland by Raphael Holinshead and other writers. The latter documents were important sources of materials for Elizabethan drama. Later 16th century Scottish chronicles, written after the Reformation, shape history according to Catholic or Protestant viewpoints. It is impossible to say how many chronicles exist, as the many ambiguities in the definition of the genre make it impossible to draw clear distinctions of what should or should not be included. However, the Encyclopedia of the Medieval Chronicle lists some 2,500 items written between 300 and 1500 AD. Alphabetical list of notable chronicles. This list is incomplete. You can help by expanding it. Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, England. Annal Bertiniani, West Francia. Annal Cambria, Wales. Annal seu Chronicae Incliti Regni Poloniae, Poland. Annals of Innisfallen, Ireland. Annals of Lochsy Ireland. Annals of the Four Masters, Ireland. Annals of Spring and Autumn, China. Babylonian Chronicles, Mesopotamia. Anonymous Bulgarian Chronicle, Bulgaria. Bodhivamsa, Sri Lanka. Kulavamsa, Sri Lanka. Segesta Principum Pollinorum. Chronica Gentis Scotorum. Chronica seu Original Regume Principum Poloniae, Poland. Chronicon of Eusebius. Chronicon Scotorum, Ireland. Chronicon of Thietmar of Mersburg, Diocletian Priest's Chronicle, Europe, Chronicle of the Slavs, Europe, Chronicle of Greater Poland, Poland, Chronica Hungarorum, History of Hungary, Chronicle of John de Venette, France, Chronicle of the Bishops of England by William of Malmesbury, Chronicle of the Kings of England by William of Malmesbury, Chronographia, Byzantium, Commentarios Reales de los Incas, Conversion of Kartli, Georgia, Cronaca Fiorentina, Chronicle of Florence up to the end of the 14th century by Baldassare Bonneruta, Chronicare Gesta Ducum Sive Principum Pollinorum, Poland, Croyland Chronicle, England, Dawnbreakers Baha'i Faith and Middle East, Dipavamsa, Sri Lanka, Divan of the Abkhazian Kings, Georgia, Eric Chronicles, Sweden, Eusebius Chronicle, Mediterranean and Middle East, Fragmentary Annals of Ireland, Ireland, Frossit's Chronicles, France and Western Europe, Galician Volhynian Chronicle, Ukraine, Georgian Chronicles, Georgia, Gesta Normanorum Ducum, Normandy, Gesta Principum Pollinorum, Grands Chroniques de France, France, Henry of Livona Chronicle, Eastern Europe, Historia Ecclesiastica, Norman England, The History and Chronicles of Scotland, Robert Lindsay of Pitt Scotty, History of the Prophets and Kings, Middle East and Mediterranean, Huston Chronicle, Eastern Europe, Jan Serenikel, Europe and Mediterranean, Gina Kalamali, Northern Thailand, Joannis Dezanko Chronicon Pollinorum, Poland, Jerome's Chronicle, Mediterranean and Middle East, Kaiser Chronic Central and Southern Europe, Germany, Kano Chronicle, Nigeria, Lethrensa Chronicle, Denmark, Mahavamsa, Sri Lanka, Manx Chronicle, Isle of Man, Nabonidus Chronicle, Mesopotamia, Nuova Chronica, Florence, Pascala Chronicle, Mediterranean, Primary Chronicle, Eastern Europe, Puranas, India, Rajatarangini, Kashmir, Royton Quail of Time Scotland, Adam Abel, Royal Frankish Annals, Frankish Empire, Scotty Chronicon, Swiss Illustrated Chronicles, Switzerland, Zhejiang Jan, China,